What's an energy leak? Because truly, these energy leaks and these energy taxes, they eat at us and they feed our exhaustion. That's draining you. And is it worth it? And do you need to pay that tax? Is it something that you actually need to be paying? Or do you get to put up a boundary and go a different direction? What's up, my people? Welcome back to the podcast. So grateful and excited to be with you today. If you are listening to the episode, I just got home from golf. If you are watching on YouTube, you can see my face is pink from sunburn. I've got this cool pink hat on. It's actually from Sandals in St. LaCroix or St. Vincent. I'm sorry, St. LaCroix. Where's St. LaCroix? I don't even know. Anyways, not St. LaCroix, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Gary and I just got back about a week ago, but I just went golfing with my son, Zach, and it was so cool, guys. So the reason I'm telling you this story is because there's so much I want to tell you guys. There's so much I want to update you on, but I just got back from golfing and I wanted to just share this fun little story with you. So it's a Sunday here, and I was in my office because I was getting ready for tomorrow and just going to spend about a half an hour locking in, cleaning my office. There's some things that I've kind of let go that I just needed to kind of get a grip on and get a handle on. And so Sunday's a great day to kind of set the temperature for the week and all of that. And I've been traveling a lot lately. And so there's just some things in my office that I've neglected. And so it felt really good. So I was out here and my son comes to the door and he's got a golf club in his hand and he's like, "Do you want to go golfing?" And I'm like, "You don't have to ask me twice, son. Let's go." So ran in the house, got ready, and jumped in the car, and Gary went with us. So the three of us went golfing. It was super fun. And there's a bunch I want to share in this story, but let me just tell you, I'm still not a good golfer, okay? And I'm going to be sore tomorrow because we golfed 7 holes, and then his buddies got there, and then he said, "Hey, do you guys want to golf another round with the guys?" I was like, "Let's go, let's go." So we jumped back in the golf cart and golfed another 9 holes. I actually only hit balls for another 7 holes because I'm like, it is a lot. I don't even know. It is, those golfers that are out there every day, that's next level. Okay. So I'm going to be sore tomorrow. Okay. But anyways, we were in the pro shop signing or whatever, getting waters and, paying for the golf cart and paying for golf and all that. And I went over to the little rack and there was this cute, you can see it if you're watching on YouTube, there's this pretty pink golf shirt. And golfers, they dress a certain way, right? And I'm not a golfer. I'm a pretend golfer. Although I did just ask for golf clubs for Mother's Day because I'm like, if we're going to be golfing on the regular, I need my own clubs, okay? But anyways, so I'm looking at the rack and I'm like, I can actually sport that. So I bought this pretty pink, I'm into pink right now, I don't know why, but I bought this pretty pink golf shirt from Straight Down, and I'm not promoting, I'm not there's no affiliate link or anything. I'm not selling anything, but I got to tell you, I put the golf shirt on, you guys, and I literally was like, I'm a golfer. I just kind of owned the persona of being a golfer. And honestly, I didn't do that bad. At the end of the day, there are people out there that golf all the time that, one of the things, and this is how I'm going to relate it back to you, and I'm going to circle it back to you because you guys, we all are in this race of life, right? And who are we racing? No one. We're not racing anyone. Truly, at the end of the day, we're really only racing ourselves. And I hope that there's a lot of freedom in that for you, because I know so many of us, we feel like we're behind. Even if we're really successful on the outside and we got some messy parts in other parts of our life going on the inside, we feel behind or we feel like we should be doing more or whatever. But I was out there today and I just realized, you know what? All I have to do, my job is just to get 1 degree better every single day. And that's really been my goal for years and years. But truly for the last year, I've really been kind of locking in. And one of the things I've been working on with my clients is you're not competing against anyone. Our goal is only to figure out what feeds our soul. What can we do to be the best version of us so that God can use us right where we are in our life, and not feel like we're failing or like we're failures or like we're behind or we should be doing more. And frankly, this week I had a full week of clients and it was awesome because I was traveling the week before. And when I travel, it's, I don't really meet with clients when I'm gone. So this week I was kind of back to back with some clients and it was a really fun week. And it actually made me kind of rethink my schedule a little bit. But anyways, I was back to back with some clients and 2 clients in a row actually thanked me for not putting more on their to-do list and actually helping them take things off, energy leaks off. And I call it the energy tax. So we're paying taxes, not just financially, but we're paying taxes for the toxic people in our life. We're paying taxes for the things that we haven't really dealt with that are still eating at us and gnawing at us. We're paying taxes emotionally for things that we feel like we should be doing, but we don't necessarily feel like we have the confidence to be doing them. So we're kind of hemming and hawing, and we're wondering, like, should we do it? Should I not? Is that God calling me to it, or is it just me? What do I do? Like all of that, like second guessing, that's an energy leak. That's an energy tax, as I like to call it. And so anyways, the big point that I want to share with you, and I have a couple of them I want to share with you, but is just you're not competing against anyone. And our goal is to just 1 degree of change a day, doing 1% more, where we can take care of ourselves to live in the fullness of who we were created to be, so that we can live from a place of joy and a place of contentment and a place of peace, no matter what's going on outside of us. Because you guys, the reality is we really don't control that much of what's going on outside of us. And so I've been on a mission, especially in my own life and trying to help my clients, like really step into their power, really step into their persona of who they are becoming and who they're called to be, right? Even if they don't necessarily feel it yet, right? Because a lot of us are still kind of anchored to things in our past, or just disappointments even going on right now, and maybe we're a little frustrated. And so I'm always trying to call us to kind of the higher vibe, the higher existence of who we are, right? I'm trying to always help myself and my clients always get to this higher vibrational place in ourselves to be able to make these decisions. And I think that's when we can really hear from God with more clarity, because when we're in the shitty committee stuff, which I talk about a lot on the podcast and with my clients, but we got a lot of shitty committee stuff and negative, and whether it's stuff from the past or just this negative choir in our head pulling us back and beating us down. And there's bigger things that we're being called to in life. We know it in our deepest soul, but then our shitty committee brings up all the self-doubt and all the other places where we didn't follow through. So why are we going to follow through on this and all of that? And so one of the reasons why I wanted to share this with you is because when I stepped into that golf pro shop, I was just Dani, excited to go golfing. When I actually bought the $50 cool golf shirt and I put it on, I took off my other shirt and put this on, I put on the persona of being a golfer. And I was not there to compete with anyone. I was there to just get 1 degree better than myself. And I probably did golf better than I did last time. I had some really sweet hits that felt really good. And it was a little bit frustrating. There were some frustrating hits and all that. But I just was enjoying the moment and enjoying being out in the sunshine. I was enjoying that my 17-year-old son invited us to golf with his buddies. It was like so cool. It was a really cool experience. And so I wanted to say, because there's this scripture where it talks about like clothe yourself in love, and clothing ourselves in love. And that's what, when I put this on, I felt like I was clothing myself in like confidence of being a golfer. And so sometimes, you guys, we do need those physical things that help us step up our game to actually act and become who we want to be and who we were created to be, right? Like some of us, we're wearing yesterday's wardrobe. We're wearing 2 years ago's wardrobe or 10 years ago. And I just want to say, like, truly, like, not that what we put on should make us feel a certain way. But the reality is, like, when I dress up and I put on a cute sweater and I put on my cute jeans, I just feel more confident. I feel more confidently me, right? And so I want to encourage you to do like an overhaul this week and just look at your stuff and get rid of 3 or 4 things that don't suit you anymore, don't make you feel good, right? There's the Marie Kondo. I don't know if you remember her from years ago. I think she's still around, but she's got that best-selling book where if it doesn't bring you joy, all your clothes and all your stuff, like, you put it close to your heart. If it doesn't bring you joy, like, get rid of it. And it's funny, I was talking to a client this week and I was like, you need to Marie Kondo some of the people in your life. Like, if they're not bringing you joy and God's not calling you to like absolutely engage with them, man, it's time to like put up some boundaries and do the slow ghosting with people, right? You don't necessarily need to say like you're toxic or your negativity is getting to me, but you can absolutely put up boundaries and not call them back as much and all of that, right? And so I just want to give you permission to really evaluate what's going on and how can you be the best version of you and take care of you, right? Like, let this year, 2026, I know we're nearly halfway done with it, but let the last half of the year be really about you engaging with you and helping you step into your power of who you were created to be. And you guys, we do this with big things, but also we do it in little shifts, in little ways. And some of it is just getting rid of some of the stuff that's draining you, even in the physical world. Like even coming out here and cleaning my office, that was a huge win for me today. And buying this cute little golf shirt, I stepped into my golf persona and I'm like, I'm a golfer. I don't need to golf every week to call myself a golfer, but golf is clearly one of my hobbies now that I do with Zach, and I love it. It's amazing. So Gary, hope you hear this podcast, because I just want to remind you, I do want golf clubs for Mother's Day. So I want like pink ones, I think. No, I'm just kidding. I'll do some research on what I want and I'll send him the links. But you guys, I really, really, really want to just encourage you to just go up for the 1 degree of change every single day. 1 degree. Don't go for the home run, because sometimes when we shoot for the home run, it's like it feels impossible and it feels too far gone. And frankly, a lot of us need to celebrate ourselves a little bit more and more and practice celebrating ourselves. I know a lot of my clients, and myself included, I may hit a goal and I don't even give myself permission or time to celebrate it. And what does it feel like to hit that goal? What does it feel like to, feel accomplished? And even just cleaning my office today, like sitting in that and being like, that feels great to start my week off with a clean, organized office. And so you guys, let the last half of this year really be a reset for you, to give you permission to step into who you were created to be, and to allow your soul that freedom and that permission to really step into that persona. Get rid of the clothes, get rid of the stuff that's pulling you back, and really Marie Kondo your life a little bit. Like, what's bringing you joy? What do you need? What's an energy leak? I need to talk more about this on the podcast, and because truly these energy leaks and these energy taxes, they eat at us, and they feed our exhaustion, they feed our self-doubt, it's not serving us, right? And so I think as we get older, one of the things is to be really aware of what's draining you, and is it worth it? And do you need to pay that tax? Is it something that you actually need to be paying, or do you get to put up a boundary and go a different direction with different things? I mean, I know over the years I've had to put up different boundaries and not be as involved in certain things or with certain people, because they drain me or they suck the life out of me, right? Especially if you got like drama with family and all of that. Like, you've got to be able to take care of yourself so that when you engage, you're engaging not from the needy, pained part of yourself, but from the higher vibe part of yourself, the person that you desire to be and that you truly are, right? And all of that. But it takes work. It absolutely takes work. And that's what, I'm really passionate about, helping you guys. And so one of the scriptures that I was thinking about before I recorded this episode is Matthew 32:39, where it says, love your neighbors as you love yourself. And what's really pushed in a lot of Christian culture is love people, die for people, sacrifice for people, love people, love people, love people, which is all great and amazing. But the part that gets missed is love them as you love yourself. And you guys, that is like a foreign language for so many of us. I've been on this journey now for a decade or longer, really learning how to love myself. And what does that mean? And not from like a narcissistic place, because frankly, I think that learning to love ourselves is one of the most selfless things we can do, because then we're not acting out of our neediness. We're not acting out of our disappointment and our rejection. We're acting from a place of feeling loved and secure by God first, and then by ourselves. Like, being loved by ourselves is one of the hugest accomplishments in life that anyone can ever accomplish. And it's one of the things that I work day in and day out with my clients, helping people really get to the essence of who they are so that they can learn to love and respect themselves in deeper ways. And what does that mean for them? And there's a song that I will put in the show notes. It's fantastic. It's so funny too, because about 15 years ago, I would have rejected this song and been like, oh my gosh, it seems so selfish. But now, after working with all these amazing humans and actually the own personal growth that I'm on, the song is I Love Me Loud by China Styles. And it's so funny because I wouldn't recommend this song to like a narcissist, but I don't think there's one narcissist that listens to my podcast. Like, the people that listen to my podcast are people who probably have narcissists in their life, and they're trying to heal from narcissists in their life. And so what we need to do collectively is learn how to love ourselves and really embrace who we are, so that we can take our seat at the table, not just take our seat at the table, but find our voice and share our gifting with this world and with the people in our life. And there's a line in the song. The whole song's great. It's like a little rap song, but it's fantastic. The lyrics are great. I really want to memorize the song. A client sent it to me last week and I was like, where has this song been? It's fantastic. And so, but one of the lines from the song is pouring love onto my own roots. And the artist China Style says, I used to water people who never grew. And the whole point of that is now she's learning, and we're learning collectively as a community, to water our own roots and to allow God to water those roots so that we can bloom, right? For God's glory and for us to enjoy and for others to enjoy the fruit of that as well. And so I just wanted to encourage you guys today. I was thinking about it when I went golfing with Zach, like just really putting on the persona. I'm a golfer now. I'm buying the clothes around it. I'm stepping into that hobby, right? And I felt more like a golfer by putting on the golf shirt. And maybe I even golfed a little bit better because my mindset. And so you guys, our minds are very, very powerful. And so just ask yourself today, step into your power, step into your, like, who are you? What does that even mean to be who you were created to be, and all of that? And so if you need help with that, reach out. I love helping people really walk into their deeper purpose. You can book a discovery call. There's a link in the show notes, or you can go to my website, aholymess.com, and click on the link and book a discovery call. But because you guys, we have a limited amount of time on this planet, and for what it's worth, as much time as I have left on this planet, I want to be Dani. I want to be full of Dani and full of the goodness of God and all that he's done in my life. And I want to walk confidently in that and what that means and all of that. And so, and you guys, we get to enjoy life. We get to, like, life is hard. Life is life, right? There's a bunch of crap going on in this world that we don't have control over. But what we do have control over is how we react and how we respond. And the more that we can build in good things in our life to feed our soul and nurture our soul and allow God to really be aligned with us to be aligned with what he's calling us to do and what he's calling us to be, and just being connected to our Creator, there's nothing better than that. Just want to encourage you today. You are beautifully and wonderfully made. There's a purpose for your life. And yeah, life is lifing, but I'm telling you, lifing doesn't mean that means that you don't get to experience joy or peace or contentment or any of that. In fact, I think sometimes when life is lifing the most, we have the best opportunity to experience joy in ways that we never anticipated, peace in ways that we never anticipated, and all of that because we get to cling to what God is doing in our soul and in our heart. And so just wanted to encourage you with that today. Hope you guys, if you're watching on YouTube, hope you like my new pink shirt. If you're listening to the podcast, which I know 99% of you are, thank you for listening. And I just, trust me, my pink face is sunburn from golfing, and it matches the pink shirt that I have on and my pink hat. So I love you guys. I'm so grateful you are here, and I'm so grateful for this podcast and just time to just be together as we grow and as we step into what's next for all of us. And so if you want help stepping into what's next, reach out, book a discovery call. You can join one of my programs, and we'll go from there. I'm excited you're here, and I'm grateful to be recording a podcast today. God bless you, and I'll be in touch in a few days. All right, Lord Jesus, thank you for who you are. Thank you for permission to love others as we love ourselves. Thank you for permission to learn how to love ourselves and learn how to love others well, with boundaries for certain people and all of that. Thank you for these beautiful, complex lives that we get to live, God. Thank you for the experience of both hard things and beautiful things all at once. And Lord, would you continue to help us all just cling to you and cling to who you've created us to be, God. Thank you for permission to be who we were created to be. Thank you for permission to live in the fullness of this life, no matter what has happened to us, no matter what we've been through. God, thank you that none of that crap disqualifies us from your joy, from your peace, from your purpose, from your contentment. Lord, teach us all. In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, amen. God bless you. So grateful you're here. Be in touch in a few days.